Welcome to the Clean Slate with your hosts, Daniel Garza and Carson Phillips, providing you with movie news, reviews, and more. Sit back, relax, and don't forget to go to the concessions to get your popcorn and drinks. For your entertainment, this is the Clean Slate Podcast.
Welcome back to the Clean Slate Podcast. I'm your host, Carson Phillips, here with Daniel Garza, my co-host, my beautiful co-host. And today we are continuing Mysterious August.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, these all haven't really been mystery films, even. This one is.
Yeah, the clue was, I would say it's a mystery if you know if the watcher is a killer or not.
I mean, life is a mystery.
Yeah,
right?
There you go. Movies are a mystery.
Yeah. And yeah, today we watched Clint Eastwood's Mystic River. You know, I always got this movie mixed up with Mystic River and then Mystic Pizza. I got those two mixed up.
Huh. Okay.
That's a Sandra Bullock movie, right?
Yeah.
Someone will correct me in the comments. They love to do that.
Laura Linney. Okay, cool. Well, let's talk about this movie. So this came out in 2003. It's an older movie, about 22 years old. Yep. And here is the log line.
Wait, hang on. We forgot to say this in the last episode. You're older than this movie, Mr. 30. Happy birthday, guys. Say happy birthday to Daniel. He's 30 years old. He's got a good 30 years left. So
hopefully more than 30. Hopefully 40, 50.
but yeah, congratulate him. He made it.
Thanks. All right, here is the logline for Mystic River. The tragic murder of a 19-year-old girl reunites three childhood friends still living in Boston. The victim's gangster father, a detective, and a disturbed man they both suspect of killing her. Bro,
so sad. Such a good movie.
So, give them a little bit of a rundown of this movie. It's kind of, for me, this movie won 2 Oscars.
There's a lot of moving pieces,
by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's a good movie. Clint Eastwood's a good director. I think we forget that he's a good filmmaker.
Yeah, 100%. Just
because he's old. But yeah, like Daniel said, this is set in working class Boston. Their neighborhood called Mystic River, and it tells the story of these three friends. There's Jimmy, Sean, and Dave, I believe. And yeah, their lives are kind of falling apart. They all kind of have different backgrounds too. Like, yeah, they were friends, but they different social statuses, different kind of career paths. One of them, as a kid, Dave, is abducted and abused by, some Epstein-ish people, which scars him deeply. And, we have this time jump, and now there's this girl who was murdered. And so there's all these pieces coming together of like, who do they think did this? How does this connect to their childhood? And we're getting all their perspectives kind of at the same time. It's a little jumbled up a little bit. So yeah, you're kind of piecing it all together, and you kind of get like their interpersonal drama with each other's friends as well as their own families as well. So there's a lot going on. I feel like if I say any more than that, it might give it away.
Yeah.
I feel like what happens is like kind of like the movie though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it kind of gives the vibe of Prisoners in a sense, but like more interpersonal drama.
Big time. Yeah, and a lot bigger characters, I would say too. Like it kind of really leans into the different characters than Prisoners.
They're larger than life, really.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. So, with that being said, let's go into our likes and dislikes. For me, I'm gonna say this was a first for a lot of things for me. It's probably, I will say, is my favorite early 2000s film. Like, hands down. This movie, I was, like, emotionally attached. I was, like, intellectually attached to just, like, the style of it and the filmmaking and the dialogue. This is my first Sean Penn movie that I like Sean Penn in. And it's my first Kevin Bacon movie that I liked Kevin Bacon in.
Really?
Yes, I typically don't like these two actors. I think Kevin Bacon's kind of cheesy.
Kevin Bacon's great. No,
and
you just haven't
Sean
seen the right
Penn, movies. Maybe. And Sean Penn was
he hates
phenomenal. Yeah, I don't like the way Sean Penn looks. But
Neither does
he
Sean
plays
Penn.
this like crazy badass that like I don't know. I was just attached
He
to
fits
Sean
this
Penn.
Boston like tough dude vibe really
He's got
well.
tats all over, but like it comes to this point where he's an ex-con, but he is like dealing
Technically
with
not
this
a bad dude.
horrific loss, and you just see a strong leader become a
That
broken
funeral,
man.
not the funeral, but when they're at their house after the funeral, I feel like everything you're saying that you like about Sean Penn is perfect in that scene. Like,
that's the
like
scene where like
encapsulate the
you
whole
see him
movie,
like
really.
walking just like straight like man, and then he goes into the back and he has a discussion, and you just see him break.
It's such a
And
good
I
scene.
cried in that scene.
Oh,
I
it's
was
so
like,
so
whoa.
well directed too.
Yeah. And the coolest scene though is when he's got like 10 cops holding him back because he's trying to go see if if where Kevin Bacon is where his daughter is.
Right at the beginning.
I'm gonna say hands down, I will say this probably makes like top 50 movies for me. Like this was an incredible movie. I was like connected with it the entire time. I was invested.
I'm so surprised.
I was legitimately shocked of how much I liked this movie. Soundtrack is
I mean,
really,
you knew
really cool
very
and
little
really
about it,
good.
right?
Yeah, I knew nothing about it.
See, the first time I watched this, I didn't even know Clint Eastwood directed it. I just was like, "What's Mystic?" I genuinely thought it was Mystic Pizza. So I thought it was like I was just gonna put it on as a background movie, and then it started. And I was like, "What is this?" And I was like engrossed.
It's
So this time it was
so
kind of
good.
fun to rewatch. But
And it's got a stacked cast. So we already mentioned Sean Penn, Kevin Bacon. We got
Sean
Emmy
Penn,
Rossum,
Kevin Bacon.
Lawrence Fishburne. We have Laura Linney,
Yeah.
and then
Tim Robbins.
and then Marcia Gay Harden, who plays I think Dave's wife. She's pretty popular, but
She's
pretty
in a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
pretty good cast here, and it for me this movie I was actually confused why it didn't get higher on Rotten Tomato. I could kind of figure out a couple of things that I was like, okay, but for me this movie is like I would probably buy this movie. I will probably watch this again because there's just so many things going on. And to me, this movie beats, what is that one movie that we watched that's like all time? It's like the cops.
Not much to go off of.
The cops.
Oh, Heat?
In LA. Yeah, I think so. Heat.
That's a very different movie.
I mean, kind of,
Such
but
a
not
different
really.
vibe.
It's a cat and mouse movie, but like to me, they feel the same.
That's crazy. That is a crazy take.
Well, it's like early 2000s. That's why I say they feel the same.
Just all early 2000s movies are the same for you.
Practically.
This guy.
No, but I love this movie. The lighting of it, it just through and through it's an emotional journey, and that's what
I mean. I think part of what makes it so good is Clint Eastwood's experience directing like westerns and stuff, and he's done like cop movies too, but like westerns almost always have this slow, like really deliberate pacing, right? So like that is translated really well into this film, and I think the way they handled it or the way he handled it makes this story like the story on paper might not be that entertaining, right?
Yeah.
But the way he transforms the story into like this slow, like almost like reflective, like you're thinking about like like trauma, grief, and like all that stuff, and how it affects different types of people too, because they all react very differently. They're all going through a horrible thing. Like no one's going through a great time in this film, and just seeing how they all react and how you can kind of have like sympathy for all of them. Like you feel bad for all three of our main guys at different points, and then you get mad at all three of them at different points. So yeah, I think just having this like moral complexity to all the characters, and which also kind of westerns do as well. I know this is based on a book, but it all I think it just comes together to make this great movie, and I'm glad you liked it. I was kind of worried that you might not
I love this movie.
enjoy it. The ending is horribly sad, though. I do want people. This is a heavy movie. It's not like a.
It's not like
easy
they
watch.
saved the day. We found the person. It's
a pretty
horrific
depressing
ending.
movie.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Okay. Any more likes for you?
No, but I second everything you said. I really don't have any dislikes either, to be honest.
I have 2 dislikes. Nothing too major. One,
I think some of the other like side characters could have been better. The three guys make sense, but like their supporting characters, I think could have had a little bit more development. But also, it's a long movie already. It would have to be like a freaking TV show at that point.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say pacing is just wicked in this movie. Like, it starts off super slow, or actually, it starts off really quick, and then it gets super slow, and then it picks up again really quick, and then slows down again for a long period of time, and then it picks back up again. That was really, that was really, really like hard for me to, I guess, keep up. But I think because the character development in the three guys, and then also the dialogue in it is just sharp, it helped. But that
it works, but not fully for you.
Yeah. So I think when the pacing slows down after the murder, that's when you kind of are like, okay, there's a reason why it slowed down, right? Sean Penn is broken. Yeah. But the rest of the time, it's, especially with Dave's side of the story, it's just like kind of painful.
His is more reflective. Mm-hmm. He has less to do with the main plot, really.
Yeah, exactly.
And that shows. I will say this, like we kind of touched on this already. The movie's really bleak. That could be a dislike for some people. Not for me personally, because I like movies that make me feel bad. But like, I wanted to show this to Alyssa, but then the more I thought about it, she gets mad at me when I show her depressing movies. So keep that in mind when watching this. Just make sure maybe wait till it's a rainy day and you want to be sad.
Yeah.
There's no hope in this film. Like, this is really no offer.
So, and then my second dislike is, so all the guys' wives, they all are very different, right? Like, Sean Penn's wife is very supportive of how he is. And
she's a little bit of a caricature, I feel like.
Yeah. Dave Boyle's wife is very like, I think my husband is the one who murdered this girl, and is like on the fence about it. Yeah. And then the part that made me like kind of like, I wish they would have done more with this, is Kevin Bacon's whole situation. Is because you don't get much from it. And I wish there was more to that. And it really doesn't, like, it almost felt like it was this resolved issue that I didn't know that needed resolving. And you kind of get pieces of it, but one thing that I learned in writing in film school is, like, phone calls are the worst way to show a scene. And that's, like, practically all of the scenes that he has with his, I assume it's his wife because he has like a daughter.
And he's always on the move.
Yeah, it is the phone calls, and I wish it could have just been like a coffee scene, or like a coffee shop scene, or like, something. And we didn't get much of that, and so I felt like that was probably the most underdeveloped supporting character for his side, and I wish there was more. But other than that, I mean, that's the only like dislikes that I have of the movie. It's just the pacing, and then Kevin Bacon's wife. All right, guys. So that is going to do it for this episode. We have one more movie in Mysterious August. I actually don't even know what the movie is.
I don't either.
But anyway, guys. So we got one more movie. We're going to hit Real versus Real. But guys, if you haven't yet, go follow us on Instagram. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go follow us on our podcast. Give us 5 stars. Like our channel. Do all those things. We thank you so much for your support, and we will see you next episode. Peace.
That's a clean slate.